welcome to MINDSHOCK. This is your host, Bruce McGuire, and you're listening to the Ashton Kutcher P. Diddy Conspiracy Illuminati Secrets of Hollywood Part 2, where we'll be examining even more of Ashton Kutcher's mysterious background and rise to stardom seemingly out of nowhere on the strength of simply being one of several characters on a popular TV series. All of a sudden he's forming production companies. I mean, this is something that just does not make any sense. I've tried to find as much as I could about Catalyst Media, and basically, Ashton Kutcher just somehow befriending this other guy who came out of nowhere in Hollywood, Jason Goldberg, and then all of a sudden they form Catalyst, and now he's a producer of reality TV series and movies, all while being this random young, incredibly young actor from Iowa. And then now he's seemingly connected to all these big players, producing, now all these ties to Israel, which we went over in part 1. Very mysterious stuff. And then now we're going to get into multiple ex-girlfriends who ended up dead. I mean, it's just really weird. I mean, how many people have had this many ex-girlfriends end up dead? And then, obviously, his connections to P. Diddy, which we'll be examining, and some really, really dark stuff with him, Diddy, and other individuals. In typical MINDSHOCK fashion, with logic and reason at the forefront, attempting not to fall for any illogical fallacies, unlike pretty much everything else out there in the mainstream and not the mainstream. If you want to help support the channel, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. Patrons do get priority for case topic, logical analysis, co-podcast, or requests. You could also be a guest on the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comment section. Or if you're with us here live, drop them in the live chat. I'll try to get to all of them. You can also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Help support the channel that way. Okay, so we started exposing Kutcher's connections to Thorne and the Clintons, various human trafficking networks, various strange tweets of Kutcher. I mean, he's also said a lot of weird stuff, and before his connections to P. Diddy, perhaps some of this could be written off as just immature ramblings. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have another clip here. Very, let's see here. So, 1 second here. I'll bring up this clip, especially given the shadiness of Kutcher and his associates. I mean, this is one of these photos that kind of tells the whole story about all these guys, doesn't it? This photo right here. You got P. Diddy, Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, and William Valderrama, whatever, Fez. I mean, these guys are all so sketchy, skeezy, and no shortage, absolutely no shortage of stories about all of them. Now, how many are true? How many are untrue? Obviously, that's something only the people involved know, but there are certain things on record that cannot be denied that you can see and hear with your own eyes and ears. And I'm gonna play another such clip in a second here. Expecting a lot of YouTube lag for this episode, of course. Alright, so here is another one of these clips, and there's quite a lot. I mean, we're not going to go over all of them, but here's one particular one that's quite damning, to say the least.
Danny Masterson are especially criticizing the actor for claiming that, quote, everyone was waiting for Hilary Duff to be 18 years old back in a 2003 interview. Back in 2003, Kutcher was prominently known for his time on Punk'd, the hit show where celebrities went along with high-stakes pranks on MTV. As of late, viewers noticed some strange comments that came from the show, including one where Kutcher claimed everyone was, quote, waiting for 16-year-old Hilary Duff to turn 18.
Hilary Duff is in Lizzie McGuire. She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18, along with the Olsen twins.
In addition, in a joint interview with the Rosie O'Donnell Show back in 2002, Kutcher's now wife Mila Kunis revealed Masterson had bet Kutcher to French kiss her while on the set of That 70s Show. At the time, Kutcher was 19 years old and Kunis was only 14. In addition,
she's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen, and she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18.
I mean, that's a weird thing to say. And look at his expression here. Does anybody else... I mean, that expression looks quite a bit deviant, doesn't it? That does not look like an innocent, wholesome human being, does it? Does it now? Welcome, Vlad B. Beacon of Truth Tarot, saying, it's crazy how many people are willing to be immortal. What do you mean by that? Well, anyway, so let's continue here. So this 19-year-old is apparently kissing 14-year-olds on TV shows. And apparently everybody around them, I mean, how is it known that everybody around them knows this? That's kind of weird. So, I mean, this gets really, really weird. So apparently, I mean, let's go to a write-up here. Let's do this backwards to see if we can make heads or tails of Kutcher and Masterson So these guys are good friends. So let's look at this right here. So this... one second here. So this is one of the most damning indictments against Kutcher, Masterson, this whole crew of deviants. Some people believe Mila Kunis is involved in all of this. So, dear Ashton, I know the secrets your role model keeps for you, ones that would end you. Did you forget I was there? You were on speakerphone the night you called Danny on February 21st, 2001. I heard everything. I heard the plan. In my opinion, you're just as sick as your mentor. Dear Mila, I pray you begin to process what you experienced as a child on that set. Your old interviews are very telling. I encourage everyone to watch them and decide for yourself what you hear and see. Do so before they get scrubbed from the internet. I also know what happened in Toronto and after. Question: if that's what you view as a normal relationship with a big brother figure, then I feel very sad for you, and I hope you consider getting into therapy. You must all forget I was there the whole time for those first 5 years of that 70s show. I remember everything. So Ashton Kutcher goes to pick up. So February 21st, 2001. You know what else is kind of interesting? This was also the day an FBI agent was charged with spying for Russia, exposing critical vulnerabilities within U.S. intelligence agencies and reigniting Cold War-era security concerns. Huh. There was also a U.S.-British military strike in Iraq. Interesting. Anyway, so apparently Ashton Kutcher So I think this is Chrissy Bixler who posted this, one of Danny Masterson's victims. So she posted this. So apparently Ashton Kutcher shows up I mean, this is going to get really, really, really dark. We might have to go into our first semi-deep dive into Scientology here in order to expose the depths of the depravity going on here. And this is MindShock, where we are exhaustive and comprehensive. So we're probably going to have to go deep here. So he's going on a date with Ashley Ellerin. Supposedly he shows up, according to him, he doesn't find a body or anything. And he just leaves. But he apparently, he calls his buddy, Masterson, who now, I guess, has blackmail dirt on Ashton Kutcher for life. Is that why Kutcher, against his and Mila Kunis's will, is the reason they wrote all of these letters for the judge talking about how great Masterson is? Because of what Masterson knows about what happened with Ashton Kutcher and Ashley Ellerin, and whether or not see, even if Kutcher wasn't the one who killed her, if he did find the body, but he didn't want to deal with it, I mean, just this whole thing is such a mess here. So apparently Mila Kunis lied about her age. So she was only 14 years old when she got the role for that 70s show. So here's a very, very damning interview. Just, I mean, this is really weird. Everything about this is very weird and bizarre. Yeah, before we get into the gruesome details of this murder, let's see what this early interview will reveal.
You know what's funny? Is when she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Why don't you tell them what bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss.
No,
It was like
go
a
ahead,
second or
Ashley.
third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me tell you what happened.
No. Okay, so I've never kissed a guy. So I was so. I mean, you know, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life. Sure. And he was very nice about it. He was like, "Oh, don't worry." So I was like, "Okay." Then Danny goes and goes, "Dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her." What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
Okay. Then Danny goes and goes, "Dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her." What would you stick your tongue in my mouth? Okay. Then Danny goes, tongue in my mouth, or some.
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue, right, Rosie? I mean, you would.
It depends what kind of an actor you are, I guess.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So Danny bets me like $20 that I wouldn't do it, and of course I'm like, yeah, sure. What's the deal?
And then the cops showed up and you got arrested, pretty much.
They should have,
he
but they
never
didn't.
did it, and
I
he
so did.
Showed up and you got arrested, pretty much.
They should have, but they didn't.
Showed up and you got
Have, but they didn't. Have, but they didn't. Have, but they have.
You know what's really weird about this whole thing? That's kind of a weird thing to say. They should have, but they didn't. They should have. Now, is he really trying to be funny here? Or, because he said that really quickly. As if he possibly might be referring to many other things that happened around that time before and or after. Kind of weird. And what's even more disgusting? Rosie O'Donnell, this grown woman, is making jokes about it. Oh, depends on what kind of an actor you are. What? What? What is going on here?
Never did it, and
I so did.
He claims to this day he did that. I swear.
Mila,
never.
I so did it.
He never did it?
I didn't let him. I think he tried, but I think I kept my mouth so closed.
Yeah. You did the old teeth block?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't let him
do the teeth block. You were like,
He never got his
You were
tongue
very
out.
excited.
You didn't, Ashton. Just admit it.
Dad, I swear.
She's 14. She didn't. You stop it.
She would know that was not the first. You had turned 15 by then.
No, she was 12, but I know it.
15.
There's a big difference. That 1 year makes the whole world change.
All right, then. We're coming up with the guy who has a name that should have been chased for show business. Wilmer Vanderom.
Now, is he sitting like that very defensively, kind of as if to make a joke? Or is that genuine body language reaction to what's going on here? I mean, it's just weird. And why is he dressed like a homeless bum? I mean, I don't know. This whole thing is just really weird. 1 second, let me double check the lag here. Okay. We should be good now. So yeah, just a really weird interview, of which there are no shortages. Anyway, so... yeah, Darth Mocker, nobody missed anything. I didn't say anything that entire stretch. I was just trying to fix the connection. Welcome back, Lord Zed. And Lord Zed, we were talking on the Michael Jordan versus Scottie Pippen debate. Apologies for the aside on this podcast. You also forgot to mention, which game was it? The one where Scottie Pippen just walked off the court and abandoned Jordan, and Jordan won anyway. So much for Jordan needing Scottie Pippen. I forgot about that game. Was that game? That might have been a game of 6. That might have been a critical game. Which game was that? You'd probably even know better than me. Yeah, I forgot which game that was. I think it was a critical game where Jordan had to... Lord Zed says, it's not mind-shocking to say MJ was better than Jordan. What? Do you know what I'm talking about, Lord Zed? Lord Zed says, I made a great mind-shocking argument against all odds. I don't think it really wasn't that great. I mean, I don't know if anybody could advocate for Scottie Pippen better than you did, but it wasn't, I don't think it was that great. All right, so anyway. Okay. So, yeah. Apparently, he's going to pick her up. So this is straight from the court transcript, what Ashton told the court. I knocked on the door. There was no answer. Knocked again. And once again, no answer. At this point, I pretty well assumed she had left for the night and that I was late and she was upset. He said, I saw what I thought was red wine on the carpet. But that wasn't alarming because I went to her house party days before and it was like a college party. I didn't think much about it. He added, I remember the next day after I heard about what happened, I went to the detectives and said, my fingerprints are on the door. I was freaking out. So what kind of... so did he just make up this entire wine story? I mean, here's another interesting screenshot from people discussing all of the actors on that 70s show. Ashton and Danny always treated Topher badly. Topher never liked Danny. I learned this while doing my reporting on the then allegations, now convictions against Danny. Finding out Topher Grace was always given expletive for not wanting to hang out with the rest of the cast outside of filming is kind of assuring me that he might be actually be a relatively decent person. Topher was bullied by Danny Masterson and isolated by most of the cast because Danny's like a cult leader. Danny hated Topher because Topher didn't bow to Danny like the other young castmates. I love Topher. If I so much as said hi to Topher, I would be given a scolding and then ignored by Danny. It broke my heart. He was the only guy on that set with integrity and a moral compass. That's my experience. I was there. Okay, so I wonder if she's also talking about the older, the actors that played the parents and the older actors that they didn't have. Like, how much did they know what was going on? So did they not have a moral compass? So, what does Danny Masterson know about that night when supposedly Ashton Kutcher went to pick up Ashley Ellerin in 2001. Other people are saying he might have known the other victims of Michael Gargiulo, the Hollywood Ripper. I mean, this is all very strange. So Ashley Ellerin was a fashion design student. So supposedly he talked to her on the phone earlier in the day. The date was arranged. And he arrived 2 hours after the call. He said he found the lights on and the door locked. He said he looked through the window and saw what he thought was red wine spilled on the carpet. That looks pretty convenient. Ellerin was 22 years old, found dead the next morning by a roommate. She had been stabbed 47 times. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. So, supposedly, there's a call to Danny Masterson that same night. So, did Ashton Kutcher, in fact, go in and find her body? If he didn't kill her himself. Again, I'm not alleging anything is true or untrue. This is MINDSHOCK, where the only thing we know for sure is that we don't know anything for sure. Let's look at more of a deep dive video here into this entire ordeal. I mean, here's a post from Drunk on Red Cordial on True Crime Discussion subreddit. Kutcher's story about what he saw and did that day never made sense. Doesn't make him guilty of murder, but it certainly shows him in a bad light that he left a crime scene without reporting it to police. His version, he went there, knocked, couldn't get an answer, saw something spilled on the floor, and went on to a party without thinking for a second that something was wrong. CB's version, he went into the house, found the body, panicked, spent considerable time in his car calling Danny and anyone else he could think of except the Popo, and then went on to the party. This version doesn't 100% make sense either because a panicking guy sitting outside a crime scene calling people on the phone when his fingerprints are on the door is only making himself more of a suspect. Whatever the timeline, I do believe that Kutcher left the crime scene knowing that she was murdered and not wanting to place himself as a suspect, even if it meant leaving her body for someone else to find and wasting valuable time hunting down the killer. It's interesting that he thought there was any reason he'd be considered a suspect. He had a perfectly plausible, airtight story for being at the house exactly when he was. Yeah, that is a good point. Like, why is he freaking out about his fingerprints being on the door if there's telephone evidence that they had a date arranged and if there's no evidence that he entered the apartment? Unless, of course, if he did enter the apartment. Now, if he is there a reason he didn't wipe his fingerprints from the doorknob and inside? Did he just touch too much stuff inside to wipe it all? And he thought it'd be more suspicious if neighbors or whoever had actually seen him there and there were none of his fingerprints were there. That would make it seem even more suspicious. So perhaps wiping down his fingerprints was not a good option either. I mean, this is all very, very strange. South to West says weird stuff. It is, isn't it? Especially when you consider the type of people Kutcher surrounded himself with. Flat Bob says, yeah, he lied. Liars do that. Lord Zed says, Kutcher is connected to Scientology. He is indeed. He is indeed. I mean, do all roads lead to Scientology? Some people allege that the LAPD is on Scientology payroll as well. And they simply pinned this particular murder on Michael Gargiulo, who supposedly killed others, to conveniently wrap this up. What's weird is that the other victims of Gargiulo were Gargiulo's neighbors. Ellerin was not one of his neighbors. So that's kind of weird, right? So that doesn't match his MO. Now, supposedly Gargiulo did know Ellerin. He changed her flat tire, and Ellerin's roommate thought he was stalking her. Supposedly, there were witnesses to seeing him parked near her apartment. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I mean, what are the chances that Ashton Kutcher happens to be going out with a girl who's being killed by a serial killer? I mean, I'm sure it happened. I'm sure a Hollywood actor in the history of the world, I'm sure an actor well, actually, I'm not. Is there another case where a Hollywood actor was picking up somebody for a date that ended up getting killed by a serial killer that same night that they had a date? I mean, maybe it's happened. I mean, I don't know. Was he A-list? I mean, that 70s show was a primetime show. I don't know. Does he qualify? I mean, he's definitely A-list, I guess, within the TV world. He's A-list. And this is post-2000, so he's already formed Catalyst Production Company with Jason Goldberg at this point in time. I mean, this is pre-Punk'd, but post-Catalyst Production Company formation. Now, here's another interesting image of all of the victims. Ashley Ellerin does not... If this Gargiulo serial killer guy has a particular type, Ashley Ellerin is the odd one out here. So she's this blonde. It looks like all these other women are just darker brunettes here who look somewhat similar to each other. Trisha Pacascio, Maria Bruno, Michelle Murphy. Now, Michelle Murphy, or Trisha Pacascio, she was only 18, but that was back in 93. These other murders, and these are spaced out murders, aren't there? 93, 2001, 05, 08. Yeah, I don't know, but clearly Ashley Ellerin does not look like the others, that's for sure. So I don't know. And she's not a neighbor of Gargiulo. So neither was... I believe Pacascio wasn't either, but that was someone he apparently was infatuated with and stalking as well. I mean, there's a lot of variables here. I really don't know what to make of this. Like, I mean, how much bad luck would Kutcher have had to have? I mean, I wonder if Kutcher didn't kill her, but there's another link we're not seeing here. So, other people analyzing the case said that there's no way to view spilled wine at the house from the vantage point that Kutcher claimed to have seen the spilled wine. Interesting. Now, yeah, this is really weird. Apparently, there was also $300 in cash laid out in the apartment, and it was not taken. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but... the timeline here, this is really weird. This is really weird. So the timeline here, Ellerin took her father to the airport, then came back, had a ceiling fan fixed in her home, but not by the killer. Then she talked to Kutcher on the phone after the ceiling fan was fixed. Now, here is where it's going to get a little weird. This is from a documentary, an ID documentary on the Hollywood Ripper, Michael Gargiulo. So she had supposedly consensual sex with another man just hours before she was murdered. It's claimed undercover cops were planted in the accused killer's jail cell for 48 hours to get him to confess. So she takes her father to the airport, gets back at 5 o'clock, has a ceiling fan fixed, then has consensual sex with another man, then she's murdered, then Kutcher happens to be late, but ends up leaving, so he's claimed he's late. Now, here's somebody, apparently the paparazzi were all over Kutcher. Allegedly, these images on the screen right now are what he looked like after he found out he would have to testify. The caption here, Ashton Kutcher was seen looking downcast on Wednesday, just hours after it was revealed he would be called to testify in his ex-girlfriend's murder trial. The 41-year-old looked gaunt and concerned as he parked his car in Beverly Hills. Definitely does not look like the happy-go-lucky, schmucky Kutcher that he always looks like. Now again, this doesn't mean he murdered her, but is it possible something else is going on here? Again, I don't know what it is, but is it possible something else entirely was going on that night? Some people believe that it's weird that he was never considered as a suspect and he only had to testify as a witness, and he still looked really concerned about it. So, the detective on the case said Kutcher was supposed to pick her up at 10 p.m. but didn't show up until 10:45. The murder supposedly happened at 8:30 p.m. But according to Kutcher's testimony, so there's conflicting information being given by the detectives and Kutcher's own testimony. Kutcher's own testimony states, quote, "We had sort of set up a plan to meet at 8 to have dinner or drinks," he testified. When Kutcher realized he's going to be late, he called Ellerin at 8:24 p.m. After informing her that he was running behind, she said she would blow dry her hair. It was the last time he would ever speak to her. Prosecutors believe she was killed shortly after her call with the Star. Kutcher testified on the night Ellerin was killed. He arrived at their home before 10:30 and 10:45. He knocked on the door. No one answered. There were lights on, so he tried the door. It was locked. I assumed she had left for the night and I was late and she was upset, he testified. I just assumed she had gone out with her friend and bailed. So that's kind of weird why he'd be making all these panicked phone calls, if that's what he just assumed. Also, the reason all of this bothers him is because he kind of blames himself for her death, as if he weren't late, if he showed up at 8, she'd still be alive because they would have gone out. Is this just all some kind of guilt on his part if he's completely innocent? But none of this really makes any sense either way. Supposedly, the Hollywood Ripper made a copy of her key, killed her, and not only left $300 lying around, but there were also diamond necklaces and jewelry all over the place. And then also apparently the back door was left locked, which is curious. Apparently, there's no corroboration that they ever even tested Kutcher's DNA. And Kutcher was never a suspect. Now, so that's kind of strange. That's kind of strange. Supposedly, she was very vigilant about locking doors and windows. Other people are kind of asking, if he thought she went out and she wasn't answering the door, why did he put his hand on the doorknob and attempt to gain access? The Hollywood Ripper's defense attorney said only 4 people had keys to the apartment: Ellerin, her roommate, her former roommate, and Durbin. He said the apartment manager was going to be an important witness in the case. Nardoni insisted that there is no physical evidence in the Ellerin murder linking to Gargillo. There are no fingerprints identifiable to Mr. Gargillo from the body of Ashley Ellerin. There is no DNA identifiable to Mr. Gargillo, he said. He also argued there is no physical evidence against his client in the murder of Maria Bruno on December 1st, 2005, another woman he's accused of killing. Now, supposedly there was DNA evidence eventually so-called discovered or found. Was that planted, or were labels changed in the laboratory by LAPD? Let's look at the letter that Ashton Kutcher wrote to the judge July 27th, 2023. My name is Ashton Kutcher. I'm an actor, inventor, philanthropist, more importantly, a father. I met Danny Masterson when I was 20 years old in 1998. So a 22-year-old, just out of nowhere, is making major Hollywood production companies with Jason Goldberg. That's crazy in 2000. So he just 2 years after arriving in Hollywood, this guy just skyrockets to the big time. It's kind of weird. He instantly became a friend, dedicated coworker, and a role model to me. He has remained as such for 25 years. As a friend, Danny has been nothing but a positive influence on me. He's an extraordinary, honest, and intentional human being. Over a 25-year relationship, I don't ever recall him lying to me. So he's been honest about all the deviancy. He's taught me about being direct and confronting issues in life and relationships head on, resolving them and moving forward. Danny is a person that is consistently there for you when you need him. We've traveled around the world together, raised our daughters together, and shared countless family moments. Not only is he a good friend to me, I've witnessed him to be a good friend to others and the kind of brother others would be lucky to have. As a role model, Danny has consistently been an excellent one. I attribute not falling into the typical Hollywood life of drugs directly to Danny. Any time that we were to meet someone or interact with somebody who was on drugs or did drugs, he made it clear that wouldn't be a good person to be friends with. What is this, just like adulting 101? And for me, that was an implication that if I were to do drugs, he wouldn't want to be friends with me, which is something I would never want to risk or jeopardize. I am grateful to him for that positive peer pressure. He also, I would like to think of what kind of letter Ashton would write for P. Diddy. He also set an extraordinary standard around how you treat other people. There was an incident where we were at a pizza parlor. Uh-oh, there goes the pizza drop. And a belligerent man entered who was berating his girlfriend. We had never met or seen these people before, but Danny was the first person to jump to the defense of the girl. It was an incident he didn't have to get involved with, but proactively chose to. Who thinks this is a made-up story? Because the way the man was behaving was not right. He has always treated people with decency, equality, and generosity. After 9/11, Danny was a huge advocate for the support of firefighters affected by the event, rallying his friends and coworkers to pitch in however they could. Danny had a daughter a year before I had mine. He set a standard of being a hands-on dad. That sounds kind of weird. That's a weird way to phrase that, isn't it? We have spent countless hours together with our kids, and he is among few people that I would trust to be alone with my son and daughter. Why is he even bringing that up? Like, why is it necessary? Think about the psychology of this. Why is it necessary to mention that you would trust them to be alone with your children? That's weird. You would say you would trust them with your children, maybe. But he's specifically talking about being alone with a son. That's really weird. He's also a dedicated and loyal husband with unwavering commitment to his wife. I mean, the Freudian slips here are pretty incredible. We've spent hundreds of hours working together. Danny takes his job seriously. He's kind, courteous, hardworking. He treated everyone from the grips to the teamsters to the actors to the caterers as equals. He showed up on time all the time and always pulled his weight. We have also traveled around the world together promoting our work. I can honestly say that no matter where we were or who we were with, I never saw my friend be anything other than the guy I have described. So if he's claiming this guy never lied to him, so he's saying all the victims are lying? Like, how does he think this letter is going to be interpreted? I mean, it's just weird. And the Freudian slips, like, why does he think it's necessary to mention that he's one of the Masterson would be one of the few people he would trust with his to be alone with his children specifically? I mean, this is really weird. That's quite a weird letter. And again, did Kutcher only write that because Masterson knew what happened that night with Ellerin? So, yeah, this is really weird. Now, was it just paranoia that Ashton was freaked out about being a suspect, or was it something more? So they didn't arrest the Hollywood Ripper until 2008. So 7 years later after this, that if Ashton had entered the apartment, he entered the home and then just ran away because he didn't want to be involved, that could have potentially, and we don't even know, I mean, supposedly this was, they convicted the real killer, but I mean, do we even know? Is it possible Kutcher and the Ripper are both not responsible for the murder? So there was no suspect for 7 years. So it's not like the cops had anybody other than Kutcher anyway. So it's kind of weird looking at it from this kind of timeline. It's just really weird. Also, what's kind of weird, how come did nobody check that Mila Kunis lied about her age? I mean, this is kind of weird. We're not talking about like the 60s or the 70s or something. Presumably, if you're receiving a paycheck, don't they check your government ID? I mean, aren't there some kind of documents? Like, how did she get paid for the show? I mean, it's just kind of weird. Like, everything's kind of weird. I mean, there's just so many weird things here that don't add up at all. Now, suppose what's Ashton Kutcher's net worth these days? Let me check this. So, as of 2025, supposedly his estimated net worth is $200 million. So he's 1/5 of a billionaire now. That's kind of weird. I wonder what his net worth was in 2000 when he formed his own major production company with Jason Goldberg. So his net worth... Wow. So his net worth in 1999 was 1.5 million, and in 2000 it was 3.495 million. Interesting. These are all estimates, of course. I mean, how many actors even get to 200 million, especially if they're not these major A-list blockbuster actors like Tom Cruise? Well, let's see what Tom Cruise's net worth is, just for comparison. $600 million. So Tom Cruise, who's been in the industry since, let's see. Tom Cruise, who's been in the industry since 1981, only has 3 times more net worth than this young guy who started in 98? This is kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing about Ashton Kutcher seems organic in any way. Seabass says, what's really weird is that Selena Gomez is a billionaire. Well, it's slightly different. See, with the modern, you know, the modern internet, social media era, like, there's way more ways to make money and reach a wider audience. So, I mean, it's not exactly apples to apples. Yeah, Selena Gomez, wow, net worth 1 to 1.3 billion. That's crazy. Forbes estimates 700 million. So anywhere between 700 million and 1.3 billion. That's kind of weird. Yeah, so, but apparently, yeah, there's like a lot of social media. Yeah, cosmetics. Yeah, her cosmetics brand. So it's not through. Wait, Selena Gomez's after her cosmetic brand Rare Beauty. So Yeah, it looks like most of that money is not from acting, music, whatever. But anyway, yeah, this is quite weird. This is definitely quite weird. Alright, so, yeah, let's take a look at this video here. Wait, hold on a second. There's something weird. This is weird. Yeah, so yeah, and also, yeah, obviously, Brittany Murphy, another one of Ashton Kutcher's ex, ends up dying, as well as Brittany Murphy, was that his fiance as well? Fiance and ex-girlfriend? She ends up dying. Her husband, Brittany Murphy's husband at that time, also ends up dying. And they apparently had Kanye West's personal trainer. Some people think there's a connection there. Here's a quote from Robert Blake, who went on a trial for murdering his wife and acquitted. An interview 2019, he said this. Let me tell you about Hollywood. When something bad has to happen, like a husband or a wife has to be eliminated, or an executive has to be eliminated, and believe me, show business does a lot of strange things that happen. But the way they happen is I would talk to my lawyer, and now that's confidential. He talks to somebody else, who talks to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else, and then the word comes back to me, Robert, get out of here with your family. That's all you have to do. And somehow or other, something happens and nobody can trace it to anybody. That's what Hollywood is about. That's what high-end stuff is about. That's why millionaires never get arrested for anything. Millionaires don't commit crimes. Things happen. It's a really chilling quote there. Some people also think that some people are postulating that this was Kutcher's Illuminati initiation ritual. And his career took off to new heights after this. Now, here's a curiosity. So, so this is weird. They were all... So, Ashton's friend group, Masterson's Scientology buddies, including Danny Masterson's victims, they were partying at Ashley Ellerin's. They were partying at her house either the night before or 2 nights before. So that's curious. So she was, because again, if we're just talking about basic FBI statistics, most women who meet with foul play at the hands of men known to them. Boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, co-workers, whoever. Men that are known to them, not unknown to them. So that's curious. I got one video to watch on this matter. We'll go through some more details here. Or this was the week before they were partying. So that's weird. That's pretty weird. Kutcher was 23 years old at this time. Apparently, Gargiulo also later stated he was 100% innocent. And supposedly he did confess after the initial 48 hours of undercover agents in his cell. And who knows what those undercover agents were doing. Obviously, false confessions, one of the leading causes of wrongful convictions. But then he later stated he was innocent. I don't know what to make of that. Obviously, that doesn't really mean anything, but... But apparently this is all connected to a Scientology circle. But yeah, if this was some kind of an Illuminati ritual, that is interesting. So let's watch this video. Fair use, obviously.
Ron, where are you? Where is Ron right now?
You done messed.
Ron is right here. Thanks for joining us, because I'm going to be exploring some of the overlap between Danny Masterson and his heinous behavior and Ashton Kutcher and his heinous behavior. I'm not necessarily putting these two eggs in the exact same basket, but Ashton Kutcher's close circle of friends was almost entirely composed of Scientologists who were in Danny Masterson's crew. In fact, Ashton Kutcher's assistant was Scientologist Ryan Posner, who never could have been hired in that capacity without the clearance and the blessing of Scientology's Celebrity Center president's office. So when Ashton Kutcher comes out making it sound like, golly gee willikers, he just doesn't know what the truth is in the Danny Masterson case, Ashton is full of it. And what we're going to talk about today, this is not an exaggerated hyperbolic headline that I've given this video. The headline of this video is Ashton Kutcher's lies allowed a murderer to kill again. I'm being quite literal, and we're going to discuss this. So, and the only reason this is known by people is because of Danny Masterson's role. Because Ashton Kutcher called Danny Masterson. And Danny Masterson's crew is composed of Scientologists who all talk to each other, and all this stuff gets reported. This is an example of the dirt that Scientology has on Ashton Kutcher. So let me share this screen with you guys. Let me see. Is this the best way to share it? Okay. Ashton Kutcher testifies. In the Hollywood Ripper murder trial. In 2001, Ashton Kutcher was pursuing a dating relationship with Ashley Ellerin when she became one of Michael Gargiulo's alleged murder victims. By the way, this Michael Gargiulo, he's already been tried, convicted, sentenced to death. He's on death row. He's a serial killer. He's a serial killer. Ashton Kutcher's girlfriend at the time, some might argue not quite girlfriend, they were just dating, they'd been dating for a few weeks, was murdered by a serial killer. Now look, that's horrible. I mean, in a vacuum here, I'd be very sympathetic to Ashton for having experienced anything like this, right? I mean, but let's keep going. Okay, on Wednesday, Kutcher took the stand in the so-called Hollywood Ripper case to tell his story of what happened that night. Kutcher testified for about 35 minutes at the courtroom. He spoke about going to Ellerin's home the night she was killed because he was supposed to be picking her up for a date. Kutcher said that he last spoke to Ellerin around 8:24 p.m. on February 21st to tell her he was running late. Ellerin was using a friend's phone. Kutcher says, I recall the time because our phones were very old and I showed the detective the phone number of the friend. Okay, fine. Around 10 p.m., Kutcher said he decided to go to the house because he realized it was late and called both Ellerin's phone and her friend's phone with no response. He arrived between 10:30 and 10:45 and noticed the security gate was open. He walked into the front door and knocked, but no one answered. He figured she'd left with her friend because he was late. Since he was trying to take her on a date, he said he didn't want to appear overeager. However, he realized all the lights were on, despite the front door being locked, and knocked a couple more times with no reply, figuring maybe she was upset with him. I thought it was odd all the lights were on. I didn't want to be the guy looking through her window. Then I saw what I thought was red wine on the carpet. He thought it might have been spilled wine from the floor from Danny Masterson. He called frickin' Danny Masterson. That's how close these guys were. In fact, the night before naming the members of the party that you were picking Ashley up to take, this is all you'll be known for, that various members floor from the entryway to the house. Because Ashton was murdered on the floor. She was stabbed like 47 times. That he should not call the police. He should not be the one to report this. It should not be known that he was there. He doesn't want to be the one who discovered the body. That 70s show was only a couple years old at this point. Ashton Kutcher was not a household name. They essentially said, this is all you'll be known for. People will think you did it, all this kind of stuff. You know, this will be what people think of when they think of Ashton Kutcher. You don't want that. Go to the party. Go to the party that you were picking Ashley up to take her with you to. Go to the party and then go home. Now, I'm not making any representations that these are the exact words that were spoken. I'm not even naming the members of Ashton's team that he called. But there's someone else that he called. Danny Masterson. He called frickin' Danny Masterson. That's how close these guys were. In fact, the night before Ashley was killed, Ashton and Danny and some other people from that 70s show were hanging out at Ashley's house. Okay. So where am I going with this? How did Ashton's lies allow a murderer to kill again? The police knew who had killed Ashley Ellerin. They could not prosecute the killer because Ashton Kutcher's lies about discovering the body, saying that he didn't, you know, his lies about the whole thing created so much reasonable doubt, would have been used by the defense attorneys to create reasonable doubt to get the killer off of the murder charges, that they chose not to prosecute the person that was their number one suspect for the murder. The police knew Ashton Kutcher was lying. They knew he couldn't have seen anything on the carpet from the windows outside of the house. They knew the only way Ashton Kutcher would have seen anything on the carpet was because he walked into the house. He lied about not entering the house. And I'll call your attention to an excerpt from a different article here where he specifically says, bear with me here. I remember the next day after I heard about what happened, I went to the detectives and said, my fingerprints are on the door. I was freaking out. So even when Ashton's talking to the press here, he's still lying. I didn't know there was something wrong until the next morning when someone told me. And I went, oh, I went to the detectives. See, the detectives didn't even call Ashton. If Ashton had called the police instantly and had not acted so suspiciously, had not lied, had not covered up, the police would have been able to prosecute the killer of Ashley Ellerin. And he would not have been able to go on and kill again. By the way, the next murder this guy committed was not even the one that he was caught for. It was an attempted murder after the next murder he committed, where the victim escaped. And this murderer, I forget his name. I mean, I guess it's right here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Gargiulo had accidentally cut himself in the process of trying to murder this other woman. And so when she escaped, that woman ended up having both of their DNA on her. And this has been thoroughly covered. You know, there's been a book, but I mean, no, I haven't done the math on exactly how many years transpired between the murder of Ashley Ellerin, who was Ashton's, you know, girlfriend at the time. I say girlfriend, you know, dating. And when he actually testified in court, it looks like it could have been almost 17, 18 years went by. Because realize the other murders weren't committed until much later. So it never really came out that Ashton was the reason they couldn't prosecute that killer for Ashley Ellerin's murder. How disgusting is that? So, you know, these are facts as they have been relayed to me by people who were present and involved in the conversations that took place between Ashton and Danny and other Scientologists. So if you're thinking, my God, you can't say these things, Ashton could sue you. Well, I wish Ashton would sue me. Because if he did, then depositions would be taken of all of the former Scientologists and current Scientologists who have personal knowledge of these goings on. And then everything I'm saying now wouldn't just be accusations from a guy on the internet. They would be a matter of official legal record. So it's why I'm not worried about any repercussions for saying these things. It's about time some Devin Laura.
But yeah, there really aren't enough people talking about how Kutcher could be directly responsible for further murders by selfishly not reporting what he, even if he didn't see it, if he suspected something could have happened to her. I mean, it's all weird. And what is on that phone? Like, what exactly did he talk about with Masterson that night? I mean, apparently Masterson basically just convinced him not to go to the cops, but we don't know for sure. We really don't know. So this is some weird stuff here. So that's just Kutcher and Ellerin. There's also Kutcher and Brittany Murphy to consider. Now, Brittany Murphy needs her own podcast. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I mean, we're going to get into... I mean, there's a P. Diddy connection with Brittany Murphy and Ashton Kutcher. And all of the web that P. Diddy encompasses with his deviancy and criminality that may or may not overlap with Brittany Murphy. Because also so Brittany Murphy supposedly dying of pneumonia, Kim Porter supposedly dying of pneumonia. We're going to go into the background of possibly what happens with pneumonia. Some people allege that being smothered with baby oil can cause medical conditions resulting in pneumonia. So, yeah, and then also that apparently, like, a lot of the autopsies were fudged. So, okay, let's set the stage with Kutcher and P. Diddy now. One of the smoking guns here is, again, because if Kutcher is kind of an idiot, which a lot of people allege he is, let's look at this clip real quick.
Party stories, they're our favorite genre. Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Diddy party stories, they're
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane. Can't tell that one either.
So what is going on at all these P. Diddy parties where he literally can't think of a single P. Diddy party story that he can tell? What? There's not a single sanitized P. Diddy party story? I mean, the other thing that's kind of curious, there's actually no set date when P. Diddy and Ashton Kutcher even met or how they became friends. Everything out there is early 2000s with no exact date. The photo of Kutcher, Brittany Murphy, and P. Diddy from the NBA All-Star Game was from 2003. Apparently, this photo here of all these scum hanging out is also approximately 2003. So, MTV, P. Diddy was on Making the Band in 2002. And that's when, I think Punk might have premiered 2003, but they were in production 2002. And so they met each other around there, according to Kutcher. We used to just hang out and watch football. We became fast friends. This is from thecut.com. So somewhere around 2002, these guys are buddies. Now here's a shot from 2004 of all of them plus Leonardo DiCaprio. So this is Kim Porter, P. Diddy, Kutcher, and even Leonardo DiCaprio, who also attended Diddy's parties or whatever. So somewhere around 2002, these guys become fast friends, which is interesting. Now, who's ready for the biggest mind shock of them all? We're going to be getting into some massive receipts right now. Fair use warning. Fair use warning. This is the 2003 MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah, but I knew it.
Loaded with so much Illuminati symbolism and reveals here. I mean, this is going to be crazy here, so buckle up, people.
It was Ashton the whole time.
Right?
It was Ashton the whole time.
Right?
Yeah, but I knew it was Ashton the whole time.
So the show kicks off with, I knew it was Ashton the whole time. Now, one can only assume they're referencing some kind of punked setup, but who knows here.
Right? Yeah. Ladies, in a few seconds we'll be sipping on some Chris and watching the 2003 MTV Movie Awards.
Quit playing around, Sean.
I'm not, dude. My key won't fit.
You must be the ones.
Oh, cool. It's the super.
Actually, I'm the key maker. Don't worry. You'll be inside in just a moment.
Awesome, thanks.
What's happening, hot stuffs?
hell are we?
You're in Zion, baby!
What is this place?
Duh! It's obviously an underground city where the last remaining humans live and the robots are coming to kill us. Doesn't that just make you want to party? Dude, let's get out of here.
I don't know, man. These girls are pretty hot. Check it out. You can totally see their nipples.
Oh my god, there's Morpheus! I love you, Morpheus!
Zion! Hear me!
He's having a huge orgy at his place later tonight. At least that's what many of us have heard.
It is true. What many of you have heard.
Morpheus! What can we expect at this orgy?
Machines!
Man, I'm out.
Sounds kind of kinky.
I'll see you guys there! And bring plenty of lube!
What?
Nothing. Yeah, but I knew it was Ash.
I don't know, man.
There!
You were programmed from...
They have doors. One of these has to lead back to your apartment.
You know what? You try that one. I need to use this one.
I see Trinity, and something happens. Something bad. She starts to fall. And then I wake up.
Now that's f***ed up.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you guys, but I'm really lost.
Wait a minute. You're that boy from NSYNC. What happened to your Jerry curl, man? That was a good look. Yeah, that was hot. You know them boys, right?
I've never heard of them.
You never heard of NSYNC?
No.
Those boys can dance. Come on, man, show them your moves.
They have to?
I'm the Oracle, damn it.
If I had to guess, I'd say you were programmed from the machine world.
Nah, man, I'm just doing the robot. Here, you should try it.
Yeah, work it. Come on, Neo, get in there, man. Do the robot.
Why?
Come on, man, you the one. You the one. You can do it all.
No.
Come on, man. No more arigato, Mr. Roboto.
You can do the robot with JT.
What if I can't? What happens if I fail?
Okay, dude, lighten up for real. It's just the robot.
No. I can't do that. I won't.
Well, hell, I will. Talk to me, boy. Don't be scared.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Come on, do the part. Do the naked part.
Mr. Timberlake.
Mr. William Scott.
Hey, you that guy that got peed on an American... Ooh, you hitting the spot. How big is your fist? Good Lord. Hey, wait a minute, man. This is dry clean only.
You'll like being a dude. I do.
That is a load of stiflers.
Look at all this fair use going on here with the fair use. So much fair use here. But yeah, obviously, the Matrix movies, quite popular at the time, and very revealing of the Illuminati agenda.
Stop hitting yourself! Who farted? Shaw's focus. Let's get Mr. Timberlake. Wet Willie, Mr. Timberlake. Justin, you really hit me. That is so not cool. Oh. Yeah.
I've been waiting for you three.
Who are you? Yeah, who are you?
I am the architect. But please, call me Larry.
Hey, Larry. Larry.
I created The Matrix and several popular video games, including Qbert and Dig Dug.
Remember that? Yeah.
I didn't create Frogger, but I came up with the name for it. Can you believe they wanted to call it Highway Crossing Frog?
That is so lame.
I know. It's the lamest thing I've ever heard of. Highway Crossing Frog.
Why am I here?
Yeah, why are we here?
Is there an echo in here? Is there an echo in here? The MTV Movie Awards are a systemic anomaly inherent to the programming of The Matrix. Although the transport process has altered your consciousness, you irrevocably remain human. Ergo, concordantly, vis-a-vis. You know what? I have no idea what the hell I'm saying. I just thought it would make me sound cool.
You haven't answered my question.
I'm feeling a little vulnerable right now, so you just need to chill out. Can you do that? I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Now, originally Neo was the chosen one to host the show, but hosting is a full-time commitment, and he's been a little distracted lately.
Trinity.
See what I'm talking about? That's why I brought in Sean and Justin, because you, my friend, are completely pussy-whipped. Watch the sass, Captain Sassy Pants.
Yeah, you're kind of spazzing out, dude.
You haven't answered my question.
Yes, I did. You see,
You haven't answered my...
I'm trying. You just need to let me talk.
Why am I here?
Would you shut up?
You won't let it...
No, you won't let it! I'm the one who talks! Okay, mouth shut, ears open!
You haven't answered...
You do not want to see me get out of this chair! Ergo, open your yapper one more time, and I'm gonna architect a world of pain all over your candy ass! Ergo! Vis-a-vis!
This is about...
Concordantly!
Justin.
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't usually like to use my big voice.
That's all right, dog. Just tell us how we get to the movie awards.
There are two doors. The door on your left leads Sissy Boy here back to his bitch. What up, G? You can handle it. The door on your right leads you to the 2003 MTV Movie Awards. And the mini door is for Muffin to go out and piddle. What? Hey. No. You are bizarre.
Thanks, Lair.
Don't mention it. Oh, and hey, go host the shit out of that show.
Boom.
If I were you...
Bite your tongue. Bite it.
I would hope that we don't meet again.
Why'd you say that? I told you to shut up.
I told you to shut up!
A lot of the Holly weirdos in the house for this awards, and it's gonna be pretty weird. Divine Heathen says, it does get frustrating how all we can do is watch them tell us constantly what they do or did and intend to do, but yet so many people choose not to study. They just believe the one world order want. Yes, awareness is key, and the ability to comprehend logic and reason can make one aware to what is going on instead of falling for logical fallacies, like the coincidence theorists and the authority-worshipping cultist bootlickers do.
True believers, prepare yourself for an amazing, spine-tingling, heart-stopping yarn, the likes of which the world has never known. The 2003 MTV Movie Awards! Issue 1, featuring in their most exciting adventures yet, Drew Barrymore, Jason Biggs, Adrian Brody, Amanda Bynes, Davey Chase, Cameron Diaz, P. Diddy, Hilary Duff, Kirsten Dunst, Eminem, Colin Farrell, Will Ferrell, Harrison Ford, Jennifer Garner, Allison Hannigan, Josh Hartnett, Kate Hudson, Hugh Jackman, Samuel L. Jackson, Famke Janssen, Beyonce Knowles, Johnny Knoxville, Ashton Kutcher, Martin Lawrence, Lucy Liu, Demi Moore, Maya, Mike Myers, Sharon Osbourne, Queen Latifah, Keanu Reeves, Will Smith, Tyrese Inspawn, Mark Wahlberg, Paul Walker, Luke Wilson, Elijah Wood, and performing feats of unparalleled entertainment, 50 Cent, Pink, and Tattoo, with your superhero hosts, Justin Timberlake.
Here, South Dakota, you rock! Woo! Peace out!
And Sean William Scott.
Kick ass!
I love you, dude.
Taxi! Come on! Yes! Downtown!
Keep the change.
Now get the hell out of here, citizen! My boy, Sean Nizzle, Scott Tizzle. Hey, Justin and Nizzle, cup of Tizzle. Let's rock!
Here comes the incredible 2003 MTV Movie Awards.
Please welcome Sean William Scott and Justin Timberlake.
Welcome to the 2003 MTV Movie Awards.
What the hell, dude?
What?
We were supposed to come out with our superhero outfits. That's the theme of the whole show. Look at the set.
No, you kept insisting that we wear these superhero outfits. I was the one who said we would look like idiots. And it looks like I was right.
Damn it! I'm sick of you and your rock star antics. It's always, look at me. I'm Justin Timberlake. And I'm on the cover of Us Weekly every other week. And I'm just too cool to dress like an idiot. Well, you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that, Sean?
I'm gonna take off this damn suit. That's right. Because you have burned the ass of Sean William Scott for the last time, Justin Timberlake. Who's the cool one now, JT?
How many layers of Illuminati humiliation rituals are there within a single show? And the other thing is, how much do these marionettes for the string pullers, these so-called stars, celebrities, these marionettes, how much do they even know? Or are they just told to do something? Because both these guys look pretty dumb. They seem to be pretty stupid. I mean, I don't know, maybe they're incredible geniuses. but they just appear to be extremely low IQ to the point where they wouldn't necessarily be asking any questions. When they're told to jump, they jump. So they might not even comprehend the Illuminati humiliation rituals taking place using them as marionettes. And they might not care either, as long as the paychecks are coming in.
Dude.
Is that my face on your crotch? Yes, it is. And I'm really excited about this show tonight. Don't make it weird.
All right. Besides starring in X2 X-Men United, our first two presenters are both originally from foreign countries.
From Australia, Hugh Jackman. And from someplace really sexy, Famke Janssen.
And look who we have here, Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. But it's gonna get far more crazy than this.
We're here to present the award for Breakthrough Female Performance.
That's right. A lot of today's brightest stars got their start by winning this very award.
Excuse me, Mr. Jackman, Ms. Jansen. Quick question, please.
Sure.
Yeah,
Go for it.
First of all, amazing movie. One minor problem, and by minor, I mean major. The writers appear to have made Banshee a little girl, when, as we all know, Banshee has always been and always will be a man.
Okay, well, obviously you haven't read X-Force issue number 3, right?
Yes, but well...
Well, if you'd read it, you would know that the little girl was in fact Siren, Banshee's daughter, who's endowed with similar powers.
Yes.
Any more questions?
Dear, no, ma'am. Sorry.
All right.
Anyway, here are the nominees for Breakthrough Female Performance.
Man, Sean, I love being a superhero, huh?
X-Ray Vision rocks the his house.
Word up.
You said it, Pee-wee.
Breakthrough Female, Nia Vardalos, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
You invited the whole family?
Beyonce Knowles, Austin Powers in Goldmember.
Because I'm Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, Secretary.
I have never had a job before, but I am very excited about this opportunity.
Eve, Barbershop.
I can't believe you got somebody up in here. Who drank my apple juice?
Jennifer Garner, Daredevil.
Who's seen, what is Daredevil? That was 2003-ish. Who's seen that movie? That might have the worst fight scene of all time, with Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck on the playground. That might be the absolute worst action sequence ever recorded in the history of mankind.
My name is Electra. Remember me? Remember me? What do you want? What do you want?
I just wanted to get your name.
Kate Bosworth, Blue Crush.
Pipe is the heaviest wave in the world. Okay, you don't just get work there. You die.
And the breakthrough female is...
Jennifer Garner, Daredevil.
Thanks, you guys.
She looks MK Ultra zonked out of her mind. For people who don't know, there are some very, very strange connections, both with her and Ben Affleck and the CIA. And obviously, Operation Mockingbird. Apparently, her and Ben Affleck have both been to CIA headquarters and have been briefed in the ways of the CIA, supposedly to prepare for their roles, but who knows what kind of other MK Ultra stuff was going on.
Thank you for liking this movie. The first one of the night. I've always wanted one of these. I had so much fun making it, so thank you to all the people in MTV land for giving this award to me. Thanks to everybody who helped make the movie, and to my co-stars, Colin and Ben, for walking me through it. Thanks. Thanks very much. I'm so excited. Thanks, you guys.
Coming up next, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Colin Farrell, Samuel L. Jackson, and the award for Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Colin Farrell, Samuel L. Jackson.
Look what we have here. These two best buds. Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy. What is going on here? What kind of party are they planning?
And the award for Best Comedic Performance.
Hi, how are you kids?
The 2003 MTV Movie Awards. Please welcome Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Wow, they look good. Big Will, Big Will. Let me ask you a question. You a bad boy, right?
Yeah, I guess so. You're a bad boy too, right?
You think the nominees in this category are bad boys too?
Yeah, I guess, you know, they're bad boys too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they're bad boys too.
Does anybody else think it's weird on how feminine Will Smith acts when he's not acting? Like, look at the flamboyancy here. Just of his mannerisms. Like, he doesn't do these in the movies. Just the way he stands, the way he moves his arms. It's so flamboyant. Let's put it that way. Quite a far cry from the characters he plays. Beacon of Truth says this is like the who's who of degenerate. Well, that's what Hollywood is. Hollyweird is. It's a cesspool of degeneracy and Illuminati filth.
You're a bad boy too, right?
You think the nominees in this category are bad boys too?
Yeah, I guess, you know, they're bad boys too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they're bad boys too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, July 18th.
Why'd you just say July 18th?
What are you talking about? I said I guess they're bad boys too.
No, you said, I guess they're bad boys too. Then you said July 18th. Why'd you say that?
Why you bugging, man?
I'm not bugging, I'm asking a question.
Now you being a bad boy.
No, you being a bad boy too, boy, I'm telling you. Seriously, stop playing. Now, come on, let's just give out this bad boy, you know. Here are the bad boys nominated for Best Comedic Bad Boy Performance, July 18th.
Hey, how's everybody doing here tonight? I just flew in. Literally. So, woohoo! Talk about kryptonite. You should try my wife's cooking. You suck. Whoa!
Best Comedic Performance, Will Ferrell, old school.
We're going streaking!
Hey, what do you guys like better, nurse?
Hey, honey!
Or cheerleader?
Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds.
You're sick! You're sick! Why would you do that to me? I'm just kidding you, pal.
Cedric the Entertainer, Barbershop.
OJ did it. OJ did it. Rosa Parks ain't do nothing but sit her black head down.
Mike Myers, Austin Powers in Goldmember.
That's just disgusting. Yes, nice to know you. Meet you.
Johnny Knoxville, Jackass the movie.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and we're about to test my rocket skates.
And the winner is Mike Myers.
They are bad boys, too, aren't they? Happy July 18th, you bad boys, two of you. Come on. Huh? There's some people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank MTV. I would like to thank Jay Roach, Michael McCullers, all the people at New Line, Beyonce Knowles. I would also like to thank the cast and crew. I would also like to thank my wife, Robin. I love you very much. And I would like to thank and pay tribute to Mr. Burt Bacharach, who is a musical genius for all the comedy that comes through me, comes through his music. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of the upcoming film SWAT, Samuel L. Jackson and Colin Farrell.
Anybody recall that movie SWAT? I don't recall that movie. Huh. 2003. Sam Jackson, Colin Farrell, and Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I don't recall this movie at all.
Hello. Although the MTV Movie Awards does not endorse violence, I must have missed the point of Jackass. We would like to recognize the following fight sequences for their artistic merit.
Yeah, right. You know, sometimes it's just good to see a motherfucker get the kicked out of him.
Yeah. Here are the nominees for Best Fight.
Whoa! Nothing to see here, people.
Best Fight. Fan Wong versus the Palace Intruders, Shanghai Knights. Yoda versus Christopher Lee, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Jet Li versus the Ultimate Fighters, Cradle to the Grave.
Here's a fun Bruce McGuire factoid. I knew one of the guys that was in this fight scene here with Jet Li in Cradle to the Grave.
Johnny Knoxville versus Butterbean, Jackass the movie.
Give me one, so there you go.
And the award for Best Fight goes to my man,
Yoda and Christopher Lee.
Really? That was one of the worst fight scenes ever. Not as bad as Jennifer Garner's in Daredevil, but pretty bad.
Nomination MTV Movie Award.
To this award received. To win, I did not expect. The following people thank I must. Christopher Lee, regret not training you. Always will you be a Padawan to me. George Lucas, GL, eye to eye we did not always see, but immense you are and love you still I do. Samuel Jackson, Sammy, gifted are you. Natalie Portman, wise beyond your years, you seem. Premise myself, cry I would not. Others to thank. Watto, Chewie, Tanui, Vin Diesel, R2-D2, C-3PO, Björk, Greedo, Steve Guttenberg, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Yado, Lamassu. Playoff Yoda, no one does. To all the younglings at MTV, thank I do. 900 years old Yoda may be, but that does not mean down he is not. Many languages I speak, and one of them is yours. Representing for you and all my peeps, Undogable will always Yoda be. Last, least not, to the one who rules this earth, respect I pay. Long live your queen, Latifah.
As usual.
Oh, Yoda, my homie.
Always great to share the stage with the Green Man.
Head up.
Next time you will.
Still to come.
You're a bad boy. I'm a good boy.
Maya, Mark Wahlberg, Adrian Brody.
Where's Brody?
And Pig performs her new hit from Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, and the award for Best Kiss. When the 2003 MTV Movie Awards continue. From the Italian Job, Mark Wahlberg, and R&B recording artist, Maya.
Old man Bob in the chat asking, seriously though, what are we learning from watching old MTV Awards? Bear with me, my friend. All will be revealed in due time.
We all love this next performer because whatever she does it full throttle.
She's about to kick your ass. Pink.
That was pretty degenerate. We're already seeing the homo agenda in full display with the social engineering and programming of MK Ultra and the New World Order into the normalization of homo relations, leading to the extinction of the human species in full swing on a lot of these MTV shows, because they know a lot of the youth is watching. They're after the minds of the youth. I mean, the way all of this programs the human mind into normalizing the degenerate. And look at where society is today versus 2003. There was some kind of normalcy to be found in 2003. But where is that normalcy now?
Two kids on another movie award show this year and decided to give them their big break. From Chicago, Queen Latifah and Love the Hard Way, Adrian Brody.
Yeah, P!
Yeah, P.
Okay, look, first of all, I saw what you did to Halle Berry at the Oscars. I was sitting right there. So don't even think you can pull that kind of stuff with me, because I'm a strong black woman and I don't play that shit.
Adrian Brody reminds me here of, what's his face? What is that actor that did that skit with, pretending, oh man. He's like so old pretending to be young. Oh, Steve Buscemi. I think it was him. I don't know how many drugs Adrian Brody is on here, but he looks a lot weirder than normal here. He was born in 73. So he would be 30 years old here. He's a 30-year-old looking, acting, like mimicking the mannerisms of like a high school kid. It's kind of weird. Welcome, Justin Johnson, and Raised by Gypsies.
Don't worry. Look, I'm not gonna try and kiss you, all right?
I mean, even if you tried to kiss me like right now, and I would totally not be expecting it, I wouldn't be happy. No sirree.
Listen, Queen, look, I respect you way too much, all right? I wouldn't do that.
You know, see, because the last thing I want is those nasty ass, supple, sensuous little angelic clouds that you call lips all on my face. You feel me?
You have nothing to worry about, all right? Trust me.
Yeah, yeah. For you, Hallie. Damn, you got some good lips.
Thank you.
They not that big, but they work. I like it. You got some brown on you now, baby.
That was weird. But again, look how MK Ultra Adrian Brody looks here. Like, Queen Latifah actually doesn't look that MK Ultra. He looks completely mentally gone.
So,
You know
like,
me.
I feel really close to you now.
me too.
Really, really bonded. We should do a movie.
Okay.
Okay, here are the nominees for Best Kiss.
Get over here, Super Lips.
Woohoo! Score!
Oh, Tom, this time.
Best Kiss.
You have a knack for getting in trouble.
You have a knack for saving my life.
Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, Spider-Man. Zoe Saldana and Nick Cannon, Drumline.
I put a spell on you.
Looking at your face and I just want to smash it.
Adam Sandler and Emily Watson, Punch Drunk Love.
Smash it with a sledgehammer and squeeze it. You're so pretty.
You are so beautiful.
Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck, Daredevil. Cameron Diaz and Leonardo DiCaprio, Gangs of New York.
I mean, this whole award show is like a who's who of P. Diddy associates.
Oh, damn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. Woo.
We improvised that.
Yeah.
And the best kiss is
Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire.
All right, you can have it. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for voting for us very much. Thank you. Oh, it popped out of there.
Here's an interesting Kirsten Dunst question. Is she naturally this blonde airhead, or is it all an act inside of an act? Is she really her character from Bring It On? Or is she acting even when she's technically not acting? Justin Johnson says act. And it's kind of hard to tell with some people.
I like the Punch Drunk Love kiss. That's my favorite kiss. And I think that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner one was totally biting us. And it's so weird because we have the same producer, so I don't know why they did that. But thank you guys so much. I know Toby says thank you too, and he couldn't be here because he's doing Spider-Man 2. But we thank you all for supporting us and the film. And come back and see the next one. And hopefully we'll have good makeout sessions in that one for you too. Thank you. And thanks, Jake, for being my best
He looks completely zonked out of his mind as well. I mean, why do all these celebrities look absolutely zonked? I mean, it's just weird. Like, is every last one of them MK Ultra?
Oh, yeah, he can kiss you.
They don't call her the queen for nothing.
Look at that little bitty fish.
Still to come, Demi Moore, Keanu Reeves, Kate Hudson, and a performance by 50 Cent.
I've never seen anything like this before, trust me.
I'm so excited. I can't.
Like this.
Oh, yeah, he can kiss you.
They don't call her the queen for nothing.
Look at that little bitty fish.
Still to come, Demi Moore, Keanu Reeves, Kate Hudson, and a performance by 50 Cent.
I've never seen anything like this before, trust me.
I'm so excited I can't stand it.
When the 2003 MTV Movie Awards continue.
Hello, MTV Movie Awards.
The 2003 MTV Movie Awards are brought to you
The Charlie's Angels. We didn't want it to just be another popcorn movie. We wanted to make a film that would truly stand the test of time.
And this time we knew the movie needed more qualities necessary to resonate on a sociological level.
In other words, more ass.
When the girls came to me with the concept of adding more ass sequences to Angels 2, it sounded pretty complicated.
You know what's kind of weird? Watching this segment here from the whole girl power post Me Too objectification era. I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. But then again, Holly Weird is built on the weird.
I knew if we wanted to pull it off, we'd have to bring in an expert, someone who really knew the ins and outs of it all.
Who put a nickel in that ass? Well, chances are, if you've seen an ass in a film, I'm the man behind it. Literally. Well, I like to think that instead of pulling ideas out of my own ass, I pull them out of other people's asses. Drew has, I call it the Mona Lisa ass. What's your secret? Slight smile. I want to know more. I can't stop looking at you. And Lucy got that bad ass, that naughty ass. I want to slap that ass and say, you go to bed, ass. There's no TV for you tonight, ass.
When you're working with someone who has as much experience as Frank, you know your ass is in good hands.
Cameron, sporty ass. Let's volley for serve. Do you know what I mean? Let's roughhouse. Hey, Cameron, I said hold it.
All right, let's cut it.
Cameron? Yeah. You're better than that.
Sorry.
Okay, now if you could be so kind as to back that ass up just a tad. Now I'm gonna ask you to very slowly drop it like it's hot. Yes, it is. Back to one roll sound. Keep it sizzling, all of you. Let's get some sizzling here. Nick G, believe me, you're gonna thank me for it. An ass is a lot like a piñata. Until you bust that open, you don't know what little toys are gonna bust out of there. Do you know what I mean? What you're gonna get your hands on. Sometimes it's a pleasant surprise, sometimes it's like, who stocked this piñata? I'm not interested. Let's go over to the watering hole. When I first realized this was my calling, I was working as a grip on the film Roadhouse. I was on the set the day Patrick Swayze was filming his now famous Out From Under the Sheets scene, and it was then that I saw the light.
I remember this kid turning to the director and saying, there is entirely too much light on Swayze's ass. That kid's name was Frank Fanning, and he's been lighting me up from the rear ever since.
Is that on the screen or is that on Cameron's ass? That's the screen. Is that Cameron's ass? That's the screen.
It's the screen.
That's the screen.
And...
Hold it, Jim. You're looking a little flaccid, Luce.
I'm trying.
Come on, Luce, dig deeper.
Yeah, I don't know how long I can hold this.
Damn it, Lou, you can do this. You were clenching circles around everyone during rehearsals. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass.
I'm sorry, Frank. I just don't think I'm going to be able to get it into gear.
Okay. Take a deep breath.
Who wants to know what all these actors are really thinking shooting these skits? I mean, it's just kind of weird. I mean, obviously this is all fair use, but I mean, it's just kind of weird. I mean, do they actually want to do this? It's kind of weird. I mean, obviously their handlers told them to do it. But if they ever went like full shoot interview candid, it would be interesting to know what they were really thinking here.
I meant through your ass.
I tried everything I could. My ass was just blocked.
When Lucy went soft, she took it really hard. Pussy, are you in there? Come on, Luce, open the door.
Claire!
But when she was able to squeeze one of Frank's balls in her ass, she was really able to concentrate and find her inner strength.
You can do this, okay?
McGee, it's your set.
Her ass was back on its feet in no time.
admit, when we finally sat down and watched the movie, it was everything we imagined it would be. And more.
Definitely. And there's truly only one person to thank for that.
Well, when you work with a bunch of dedicated professionals who allow you to play and experiment with their asses as much as these young ladies did, it makes your job pretty darn easy.
That's so sweet, Frank.
Looking back, there were a lot of challenges along the way, but I'd have to say the biggest challenge on this film was saying goodbye.
So
Goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to you, and I'll see you soon. You know I will. You know I will. I'll be on your ass.
We can't wait for the next.
One of our next presenters recently posed for the cover of FHM magazine. The other recently masturbated to it. Please welcome my buddies from American Wedding, Allison Hannigan and Jason Biggs.
This is actually a movie we haven't talked about, American Pie, also largely responsible for the degenerate spiral and to the normalization of promiscuity culture, now known as hookup culture. Yeah, I mean, the movie American Pie does not get enough hate. I mean, that really did spiral many into degeneracy. What was started by MTV's The Real World, what was accelerated by Beverly Hills 90210 and Friends, was definitely further snowballed with American Pie.
Everyone knows the saying, there's no I in team.
That's right. TEAM equals
Together everyone achieves more.
Yes, a team is less me.
And more we.
Because the job is worth doing.
Is worth doing together.
Would you stop finishing my goddamn sentences?
Sorry.
Here are the nominees.
For best on-screen team.
Okay.
Dude, we've got to get backup costumes. True dat, true dat.
Best on-screen team.
Go time!
Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, and Vince Vaughn. Old school.
We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? Gotta keep our composure!
Kate Bosworth, Michelle Rodriguez, and Sonoy Lake. Blue Crush.
Hurry up! Go get him again! Come on! Woo!
Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Shanghai Nights.
You see that? It's okay. Okay. Friends to the end, John. I clothesline the sucker.
Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, and Gollum. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Don't take it, Steve.
Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Steve-O, and Chris Pontius. Jackass, the movie.
And the best on-screen team is Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, and Gollum, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers.
Thank you so much, guys. This is awesome. And I think in some ways we're actually getting this award for being friends, because a lot of our friendship went into the role, so I'd agree with that. So thank you very much. This is awesome. Sean, would you like to hold it? Yeah, I want to hold the popcorn.
What can you say? Thank you very much, everybody. It rocks. Well, there's so many people who went into creating this team, including Mr. Tolkien.
That's right.
Professor Tolkien and Peter Jackson and New Line and I think
right.
37 people just yelled Andy Serkis. We love you, Andy, wherever you are, you little stinker. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the princess of darkness, Sharon Osbourne.
Okay. I love you too. In Mexico, he's known as Cinco Peso. In Russia, his fans call him 15 ruble. In Denmark, Depending on the markets, he's 3 Corona. But in the United States of America, he's simply 50 cents.
Up next, Beyonce Knowles, Ashton Kutcher, P. Diddy.
MTV, y'all know how to throw a great mother artist.
And the award for
Best Villain.
I'm stunned.
when the 2003 MTV Movie Awards continue.
Johnny, if you and I had a kid, which name you think we name him?
Who cares? I'm just thinking about how fun it would be making them.
Okay. All right, here are the nominees for the Breakthrough Male.
Ow! Justin, little help over here?
Breakthrough Male. Kieran Culkin, Igby Goes Down.
What kind of a name is Igby?
It's the kind of a name that someone named Sookie is in no position to question.
What? Yeah, I'm the man!
Nick Cannon, Drumline.
Let's just say,
Ryan Reynolds, National Lampoon's.
Hey, who's your big bro? You better recognize me like...
Can't believe I beat Mariah for Glitter. Thank you for this award. I apologize for not being able to be there. As you can see right now, I'm locked down in the studio. I'm finishing up Obi Trice's new album. And plus I heard the puppet was gonna be there, so I got scared. Check it out. So, Obi Trice's new album. And plus I heard the puppet was gonna be there, so I got scared.
That's interesting. Eminem admitting he was too scared to go to the awards because Puffy was gonna be there. Very interesting admission.
Check it out. So, thank you for this award. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, I think it's great. Listen, we've got a couple ideas we want. I know we're going on.
Yeah, you're on next section.
Right, so we wanted to talk to you about a couple ideas we had just for our intro.
To make it a little bit hotter.
Okay.
So
Hurry
here's
up,
the thing. See, we wanted to start off on a yacht. Us on a yacht with hot chicks drinking champagne.
In San Tropez. Okay, we're on the yacht, and then mermaids are serving us.
Okay, so
And then they say to us, MTV Movie Awards needs you.
Yeah.
The mermaids
They say it like they wouldn't even, the show wouldn't even happen without us. That's what they say, right? Right?
Yeah.
So we're like,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
You know what we do? We jump off of the yacht.
Jump off the yacht.
Onto dolphins.
Tell 'em.
We run them from San Tropez to LA.
We jump off the dolphins onto
Like
the stage.
worldwide.
Money starts raining down onto
money.
us. 2-3 million on us.
Boom, there you have it.
Diddy and Ashton. Hello.
You know what? I can't do any of this. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
What you talking about?
Listen, I can get the hot girl from Chasing Puppy to introduce you.
Hold on one second. Yeah, you definitely got it out.
Deal.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
we can go.
Thank you. Thank you.
We just gotta get changed real quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna go change and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot. You've been a great help, man.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to sexy, oh my God, they are sexy, sexy men. Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy.
I mean, this is just weird watching all of this back with what is known today. This is pretty weird.
y'all feeling up there? Thank you, Rosalind Sanchez.
That's what I'm talking
That
about.
was hot. That was hot.
That's what I believe in. Okay, here are the nominees for the best villain. Yeah.
What would you do if you were given the crown?
If I was to be crowned best villain, I would rid the world of all humanity.
So cliche.
Best villain. Mike Myers as Goldmember. Austin Powers in Goldmember.
I love gold!
Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. Spider-Man.
Bingo. We are who we choose to be. Choose!
Colin Farrell as Bullseye. Daredevil.
Devil. It's mine. I never miss. Bullseye.
Daniel Day-Lewis as Bill the Butcher. Gangs of New York.
You tell young Valen, I'm gonna paint Paradise Square with his blood.
DeVay Chase as Samara Morgan. The Ring.
Yeah. And the best villain is...
DeVay Chase, The Ring.
That's kind of a weird way to hug a 12 or 13-year-old. She would have been, yeah, 13, not even 13, 12 or 13. Here. Why is P. Diddy kissing a 12-year-old? That's kind of weird. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Hey! Oh my gosh, this so rocks! Geez, I totally love what I do, and playing Samara was definitely one of the best characters, or should I say the creepiest, so... this whole movie has been a great experience for me, and I just want to thank everybody. I just want to thank everybody involved with this movie, and especially director Gore Verbinski. And also I want to thank my mom and grandma and God, without whom I wouldn't be here. So thank you. And I also just want to thank everyone who voted for me, and at MTV, of course, and to all the ringworms out there, I just want to say,
You're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Thanks, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party. party tonight? Coming to the after party tonight? Coming to the after party tonight? To the after party tonight? To the after party tonight?
Yeah! Still to come.
So P. Diddy is asking this 12-year-old if she's coming to the after party, and look at the reaction of P. Diddy and Kutcher. So there's a few problems here. One, some people say they were just joking, but what do they know about these parties that would want them to make the joke in the first place? Like, look how hard P. Diddy and Ashton are laughing here. Or was this a real invite, and did she really go? There's a conspiracy theory. That there actually was someone, there was a victim, an underage victim that matches the timeline here, but there's no confirmation that it's her in any way. But, yeah, it's just pretty weird. I'll replay the clip again. But look at these sickos here. I mean, this is just weird on so many levels. I mean, these guys are just weirdos. Look at these weirdos. But yeah, apparently there is a minor, at least one, involved in the case. So there's actually another photo here. How many times do these guys do costume changes? But yeah, so they're hanging out backstage, so they've all done a costume change here. This supposedly is that same night. So let's watch this clip again, but so, huh. Yeah, this is weird. So she nods like she's gonna attend the after party. From the lawsuits, there's actually over 100 people are named in sexual assaults, the youngest being 9. So she's 12 here, but yeah, this is really weird. So Okay, there's another plaintiff who was 13 at the time of the assault. And it's unclear, there was one assault that was claimed to have occurred. It is unclear whether it was after the 2000 or the 2003 VMAs. But her age doesn't match here, so it probably wasn't her, unless it was also her, but she didn't come forward. But watch how sick the reaction is here again from Combs. Even if they had no intention of actually inviting her for real or doing anything to her, knowing what they know about what went on at the parties and then saying that anyway, and watch the reaction here.
To the after party tonight?
Yeah! Still to come.
To the after party tonight?
Yeah! Still to come. Harrison.
To the after party tonight?
I mean, I don't know who this lady in the front is, but look at Kutcher in the background laughing at that. And look how hard P. Diddy is laughing at this. I mean, this is weird. Raised by Gypsy says, didn't kid actors have to have a parent or guardian with them all the time, or am I showing my age? Not necessarily. They could have had a manager or somebody, not necessarily parent or guardian. I don't think their manager was an official guardian. Like, I don't think a manager could be a legal guard. I mean, I guess it's kind of like anything. Like, in school, like, the kids are left in a classroom with a teacher who's not an official guardian, right? So, yeah, no, I don't think that was a rule at all, but, yeah, it's pretty weird. I mean, I don't know who this lady is, but, I mean, look how hard P. Diddy and Ashton Kutcher are laughing here.
Yeah! Still.
I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight?
Yeah! Still to come. Harrison Ford. Luke Wilson. Kate Hudson. Paul Walker.
This is the real star right here.
Tyrese.
I'm doing security for him.
And the award for Best Action Sequence. The 2003 MTV Movie Awards are brought to you by Pontiac. Fuel.
Yeah, right? I'm speaking, of course, about the envelope. The Modern Award envelope was invented in 1889 by a young man named Thomas Friedman, a lover of paper and a dreamer of dreams. Tonight, we present a musical tribute to his amazing creation. I got this, man.
No. We're not doing the envelope song. It's cut.
What? Whoa! Oh, come on. Shameless.
Huh?
Shameless.
Just what if that happened, Paul? What if I just came up out of my clothes and started talking about Too Fast, Too Furious, man?
It's shameless. June 6th. But it's shameless. Anyways, here are the nominees for Best Action Sequence.
Whoa! Hey, can I see that again, Justin?
Fine.
Ego.
Hey, guys.
Stolen full.
Me, where's the bathroom? No way! Oh my god, dude, he totally likes it. I know! I totally think so too. There are so many gorgeous guys here tonight. It's insane. I know. And do you want to know the best part? What's that? These next two performers want nothing to do with any of them. Oh my God, it's so true. I know. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tattoo.
And here is Tattoo with further promotion of the homo agenda, where they just have a bunch of schoolgirls invade the entire award show. This is kind of weird. Is there some kind of Illuminati occult symbolism here for something? Is there a message here? I mean, how much degeneracy can you pack into a single award show? I mean, it's tough to quantify. Just the promotion of sodomy off the charts here in Hollywood. The heck was on the screen there? What does that text say? On the screen? I think there was a close-up there. Boyfriend speaks out. Naked orgy at tattoo concert. That's what they're putting on the entire screen. What is this? Like, if this isn't satanic occult ritual, what is this? Fair use, obviously. That's an interesting message. Hide your daughters. Good advice when it comes to Hollyweird. And your sons, too. I mean, what is this? I mean, this is just such a cesspool of degeneracy. And look who's giving a standing ovation here. Look at the standing ovation of schoolgirls of questionable ages. You have Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, and P. Diddy, the only individuals giving a standing ovation to this so-called performance of degeneracy and sodomy. Is anybody surprised here? I mean, they felt the need to stand up and give a standing ovation to this so-called performance here. Does anybody think this is just so telling? They're giving the standing ovation with the clothes that the girls threw off. What a bunch of weirdos.
Are you guys from heaven?
Up next.
Are you guys from heaven?
Up next, Harrison Ford, Josh Hartnett.
Make you.
Oh, yay! Now you go, lady. MTV, thank you. Yay!
Ladies and
Smoke a.
He's crazy.
What's happening, hot stuff?
You ain't gotta go home.
So, a lot of interesting moments in this cesspool of degeneracy known as the 2003 MTV Movie Awards. Particularly the moments with Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy. And this is all merely scratching the surface of the degeneracy that is Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy. We'll continue to examine this in part 3. But yeah, there's a lot here. None of it really makes any sense as to the manufactured rise of Kutcher and his extremely close association with P. Diddy. So, yeah, plenty more to examine and unravel here in typical MindShock fashion with logic and reason at the forefront. If you want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Check the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Patreon. This is Bruce McGuire signing off. Catch you guys next time.